What is up, guys? Welcome to week number 2 of RollPlay R&D. My name is JP McDaniel, also known as Bubba. In this campaign, we are playing Apocalypse World, and I suppose we should probably give a quick recap of what R&D is. R&D is the fourth and final roleplay show where 4 to 8 weeks, however long it takes to really flesh out a full campaign of whatever rule set we're playing, is what we're going to be doing. And then we'll jump to a completely new rule set with brand new characters. Might even bring in a fifth person into the show. We'll just really kind of play it each session by session. So, Steve, I think you have some interesting news about the world that we're going to be doing this episode.
Yeah. So let's kick it straight off, right? So last session, we just followed Evan and Bubba as they rode into town. And now we've been in town for a month. So we're just going to hop forward and find out what's been going on in the intervening time. So with all three of you, take a look in Roll20 in your handouts.
Okay.
Each of you should have something in your handouts that says MC's love letter, Bubba, MC's love letter, Emberly, MC's love letter, Evan.
Perfect. Now, should I show this on stream or?
Just pull it up. I'm just going to have each of you read yours out loud and then choose whatever you want from it.
Okay.
So, Bubba, why don't we start with you?
Okay. Dear Bubba, this is the life. Nice town, nice people. You even managed to trade for a few girly mags you haven't seen before. A couple of the ladies are pretty keen on your guitar playing as well. Now you've got a pretty keen eye, and you've met... Sorry, my monitor's really far away. You've met quite a few of the Paradise holders in the last month. Sometimes you're even in the right place at the right time. Thing is, you can tell something's bubbling under the surface. It's this feeling almost like an itch. You felt it before, and it usually means it's time to hightail it out of town. Only maybe, just maybe, this time you're not looking to run. It says roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, choose 1. On a 7 to 9, choose 2. On a miss, all 3. I guess I'll read these out loud and then I'll make the roll.
Yeah.
So the first one is, turns out not everyone's in town so excited. Turns out not everyone in town is so excited to have you around. That mechanic Fuse, he's been giving you the stink eye ever since you showed up. The second one is, Eli's got a right-hand man, Roark. Is that Roark? How do you pronounce that? How do you want to say
Roark.
that? Roark. Okay. At least that's what Eli thinks. You've heard differently at poker at Roark's place the other night. And the third and final one, Nomads seemed like a pretty chill bunch until recently. Real grease heads. Seemed like you all had an understanding. Last time you went to them for gas, they jacked their prices 10 times. Like hell, Paradise still has a tanker full anyway. Loves and kisses, your MC. P.S. Here's 3 more questions for you to answer however you want. Where's your favorite place to get out and drive? Ever do any target practice with that grenade launcher? And you've been letting anyone in town take a spin with you in the Lambo 1. So let me roll plus sharp. Let me bring up my character. Let's see here. I need to show this on screen as well. Let's see. That looks good. My sharp is plus 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that there? So what is it? 2d6 plus 2?
Yes, sir.
All right. So 10 or 1, choose 1. 7 and 9, choose 2. On a miss, all 3.
Yeah.
7. So I choose 2.
Yeah.
Let's see. The third one, the Nomads seemed like a pretty chill bunch until recently. And the first one, turns out not everyone in town's so excited to have you around. That mechanic Fuse, he's been giving you the stink eye ever since you showed up.
Mm-hmm. Great.
And then do I need to answer these questions to myself or to you? The third
To me.
one. Okay. What's your favorite place to just get out and drive?
Yeah.
I would say there is a little bit north of the town, there's a canyon. And in this canyon, there's some whatever creature you want to create for this world that kind of call it home. And I like to just get out there and fuck up their houses.
Cool. Are they like humanoid creatures, or are they like
No,
animals?
they're whatever the equivalent of what was it that Luke Skywalker shot in that Womp Rats? What did you target
Yeah,
practice
Womp
on?
Rats.
Yeah, Womp Rats. They're whatever
Cool.
the equivalent is of that.
Yeah. We'll call them canyon rats.
Perfect.
You like to get out there and just, screw up their houses.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And then ever do any target practice with that grenade launcher? Yeah, that's where the target practice happens.
That's where. Beautiful.
I'll take people out there from time to time. And that answers the third question as well. In his recovery period, I'll let Evan go out there every now and then and drop a few grenades on a couple unsuspecting.
Blow off some steam.
Yeah.
Anyone else from around town you've been letting go out with you?
If I can somehow have twice come out there with me
Ooh,
from time to time.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been enticing twice to come out with you once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubba, does your memory suck that bad? What about all the times that we went out?
No, we've been out like 2 or 3 times, man.
Man, Evan got hit pretty hard in the head last time.
No, Evan, you were the first name I named, dude. You've been out there.
I somehow just can't figure out that sidecar. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, Evan, why don't you pull up your love letter?
Yeah, I've got it.
Hang on real quick. So thinking about the way the world is built, I'm actually going to start a new page and pull you all over to that in Roll20. So we can just look at a map really quick, because it's kind of important for you and Emberly. So in the middle here, in red, we've got Paradise. And Bubba, you just told us that there's a canyon to the north. That's where you go shoot canyon rats. I'm just going to put that, here or so, something like that. And, maybe there's a road that comes right along it and leads down towards Paradise. Now, Paradise, as like sort of a junkyard town, is actually situated like on a massive junkyard. So I'm drawing the outline of the junk wastes here in black. And there's a couple junkies living out in the junk wastes. There's like junkyard warrens underneath the junkyard made out of like piles of scrap and stuff. So there's a bunch of junkies that live down in there. And then way off to the west is like the ruins of an ancient city. So, here's like a skyscraper to represent the city. And there's also a group of people living in the city, and they're in a holding called the City in the City.
Okay.
So you guys know about all this. So over to the west here, here's the City in the City, here's the junkyard, there's Paradise, there's the canyon. All right, so now, Evan, let's hear from your love letter.
All right. Dear Evan, who'd have thought a guy like you would stick around in a place like this? Was it something about that girl? Whatever the reason, the past months kind of flown by. Hell, you've even got your own place now. You started helping out with odd jobs here and there. Nothing too serious, mind you, but I guess these people need you. Now, that's not to say everything's coming up roses. Some things are pushing up the daisies or looking to head in that direction. But you've got your rifle, you've got your shotgun, and you've got enough AP ammo to keep you feeling satisfied. So the instructions say to roll plus cool. On a plus 10, choose 1. On a 7 and 9, choose 2. On a miss, choose 2. And it seems like that bruiser fleece over by the south gate hasn't gotten over that shiner you gave him one night. Don't think he's the only one either. The 3 choices are remember Gnarly. Turns out her family, her mom, Matilda, and her ba, hasn't taken you the way you might have wished. Number 2, those fuckers from the City in the City, Rice and his gang. It was supposed to go smooth. Why couldn't it just have gone smooth? And thirdly, Kettle wanted those meds. You got Kettle those meds. Of course, you didn't tell anyone you stole them from Shantytown. You're noticing a lot more infected out in the junkyards these days. Not as safe to navigate as it used to be, but you've got your guns, right? Love and kisses, your MC. And then, of course, the 3 questions. What happened to Gnarly? Is there someone specific you've been protecting Paradise from? And is there someone in town who's turned out to be an important ally? Awesome. I'm going to roll 2d6 plus 1 for roll plus cool.
Awesome.
Here we go. Ouch.
So you get all three?
I
Oh,
know
did you-
I get 2, and Fleece
Yeah.
also hasn't gotten over. Well, it's a whole nother story. But he cheats in poker, and I found out, and well, he got what he
Yeah.
deserved. But so I choose 2 in addition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to choose Remember Gnarly. Turns out her family, her mom, Matilda, and brother Ba hasn't taken to you the way you might have wished. And then I'm going to, you know what? I feel like because I failed, I need to take all 3.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the fuckers from the city in the city, man, it was supposed to go smooth. And I stole the meds from Shantytown to give back to Kettles to even up. So, I mean,
Meds.
it's been a month. I don't like to, idle hands.
Yeah,
I gotta be doing
You
yeah.
kept yourself busy. You are
Yeah,
not
sure.
very
So-
cool.
I realized that like some of you might be late to the party, and a lot of people are wondering just what the fuck did happen to Gnarly. And, a lot of people even thought, they let that Evan guy, they let him get away with murder. But, once everything calmed down and I was able to explain myself, people realized that it wasn't just some sort of act of aggression. But when Gnarly undressed me as I got into the bath and before she went to get the drugs, she was directly exposed to all the clothing that I was wearing when I was out on the field.
Yeah.
And after what happened, she showed signs of infection. And, I was able to prove that once they did a autopsy, if you want to call butchering a body that in the post-apocalyptic days.
Yep.
It was justified.
Okay.
So, take it for what it is. Is there someone specific I've been protecting Paradise from? Well, let's just say that something went down in the city with Rice and his gang, and
Okay.
let's say that he had something that I wanted, and I had something that he wanted, and I wanted the 2 kilos of uncut cocaine that he has. It might be hundreds of years old. I don't know. But I wanted it. That can do a lot. We can barter with it. And, he wanted some ammunition. And what I got was the cocaine, although I lost all but a little bit in the escape. And he got a box of nothing. Well, it had rocks in it, but it didn't go so well. So I've been protecting Paradise, or at least I think I am, from those guys. Because I'm pretty sure they know where I came from.
Yeah, that asshole Rice. Cool.
Yeah, he's a motherfucker.
Third
And
question?
who's turned out to be an important ally? I mean, frankly, Bubba and Emberly have both turned out to be very important allies. Bubba, I think sort of a unique kindled relationship happened in all of the chaos of us actually getting to this town. And although typically I do like to sort of be alone, there's something comforting in Bubba and how he acts and how he gives no fucks. And as far as Emberly is concerned, she pretty much saved my ass. So I feel like I need to give her the benefit of the doubt. And, we've grown closer, had a few drinks over this last month, and, we'll see how things go. But so far, I feel like these people have my back.
Awesome. All right. Emberly, are you back with us?
I think so. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
You bet.
Sweet. I'm actually using my camera microphone, so hopefully that works.
Awful.
Because the other one's broke. All
right, cool.
Guessing you want me to read this?
Yeah, pull up that love letter.
I'm sad I missed Wheat's part of his stuff.
Oh, you couldn't hear?
Well,
Yeah, because I
she
had to
dropped
leave the call.
yeah.
Ah, yeah, of course.
I only caught up on the end of that.
Can you give a really quick rundown of what's happened with Evan in the past month?
Oh my God. Well, I had a bad exchange between some drugs and an empty box of ammo filled with rocks in the city, and those guys might be after us. Gnarly was actually an act of self-defense because she touched my clothes and got infected, and
Mhm.
so no one really, people are pissed at me, but I kind of got let off on that. And I said that you and Bubba were both, important allies to me. That Bubba and I sort of have this weird relationship, and that you and I have shared some drinks, and I felt like you saved my ass, and that you had my back. So,
Yeah.
did that pretty much cover it?
You've also got that asshole Fleece who's guarding the gate. He
Oh
cheats at
yeah,
poker.
yeah.
You gave
Well,
him a shiner for it.
he's a pussy, so I don't know
Yeah.
where to on him.
And you managed to get some meds for Kettle, but you got them from Shantytown. And turns out there's a lot more infected out in the junkyard these days as a result. Cool.
All right.
So, Emberly, let's hear about you.
All right. Dear Emberly, these new kids, Evan and Bubba, well, turns out they're all right. Whole Holding was electrified. Whole Holding, yeah, was electrified when they came in. And the morning after, what with Rum finally dead, well, knowing he's in his place goes a hell of a long way towards keeping the inner peace. Of course, that peace isn't gonna keep itself. The excitement's dead. The excitement's died down, but we've got fucking work to do, right? I mean, here we are in the apocalypse. It sure as hell isn't gonna fix itself. It says roll plus hard on a 10 plus, choose 2. Okay, so I need to just roll
Mm-hmm.
first. Let me do that. I can't do that while this is open exactly.
That's
Here
true.
we go. So my rolling a
2d6
just
plus your
2d6 plus
hard.
my hard, which is 2 currently.
Mhm.
And I shall roll, and let's see what I got.
What?
6.
Ooh. Okay.
So-
You rolled a
that's
d20
miss.
though. Not a,
I don't
Oh,
not a-
yeah,
choose
you rolled a-
anything.
You rolled a d20.
Oh.
Hang on. Roll 2d6 plus 2.
Okay. Hold on, here we
Lucky.
go. There you go. Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
what?
God.
Oh
Oh.
my God.
the worst.
All right.
Oh my gosh. I rolled a 4. So our luck, you know what? We got really lucky the first episode. I'm just gonna say we rolled like ballers, like the whole
Yep.
time. Like we could
We
have
didn't roll
died.
2 ones, Maggie. That's for damn sure.
Hopefully you got all the bad stuff out of the way. Let's.
yeah.
So what does that mean? Because it.
That means on a miss. What does it say after that?
All right. On a miss, Eli's gotten. Hold on, it's tiny. Here we go. Eli's gotten a little lax with who he's admitting into paradise. Crap. Sounds like Fuse and Twice are getting in good with an asshole named Look. You never could say no to Eli. Oh, snaps. So do I read any of these other ones below then, since I don't get to
Those
choose?
3 questions down below.
Okay.
Do read those.
Okay, do read those. So
But
we'll
the
read
other options, unfortunately, you don't get to pick from them.
Darn it. All right. So here are my questions. Why did you and Eli choose this spot for paradise? What's the deal with your relationship with Eli anyway? And how'd Eli and you manage to gather 75 poor souls to paradise? All right. So I would say that we chose this location probably because it was closest to where we were at the time. It was the most tactical location at that time. And so maybe it's not the most tactical now at this current moment, but we're definitely doing our part to make sure that we are protecting our peoples, except for here's being a little slacker, maybe drinking too much.
What was the tactical benefit of this spot?
I would say that let's say the terrain.
Yeah.
It's a good place for us to be able to have the high ground and be able to see good distance. That way we can be able to prepare for anything that's coming our way.
So would you say that like Paradise is sort of up on like a hill, like a mound in the junkyard? It's sort of built
kind
up?
of. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
And
good.
just, like with the wall of China, just keep building it, and then we're just going to keep going.
Cool. The Tower to Paradise.
Yeah, the Tower to Paradise. So our next question here, what's the deal with your relationship with Eli? So I'm gonna say that, for a long time I didn't have anyone that was really close to me, and Eli became that person. At first it was kind of like, we were just friends, and then, sometimes you get lonely, and so it's become kind of like this friends with benefits slash like not really a relationship, but we're just really close in that sense.
Cool.
But we're not, we're not that close.
Yeah, you're not that close.
Yeah. So my next question here is, how did Eli and you manage to gather all these people? And I'm going to say that, as we've traveled, we've slowly met all these different people. We've tried to help them, just kind of like how Eli helped me in the beginning. And that's, the core people at the top of the tree at the moment are the people who, although we do try to not be a pyramid, we do try to make sure everyone's part of it. But as we get more people, that becomes harder and harder to accomplish. We've just kind of helped more people, and people have wanted to stay, and those that didn't want to stay were either, removed because, why, or, we let them go. So it's kind of thing.
Cool.
They're kind of not captives. Everyone's welcome to leave if they want, but I think that most people, when you have all the amenities that you wanted, prior to the apocalypse, it's kind of hard to say no. But at the same time, you're not just going to get away with doing nothing. You have to put your part in as well.
All right,
like
cool.
Bartering.
Well, I like all this. This is really great. One of the reasons I wanted to jump forwards was Emberly ended last session with +3 history with both of the guys that she just met. So, I wanted to, since we just came in on this really high action segment, I wanted to give us a little bit of space to feel out more of what life was like out in Paradise. So now we know a little bit more about some places nearby. I'm going to drop Shantytown on the map, which we referenced. That's actually a town down on the other side of the junkyard. So I'm going to put that down here in green. Of course, it's not doing so hot these days, having been raided for its medical supplies. Great. So because the way we prepare for a game like Apocalypse World, I need a little bit of time to let some thoughts percolate. While I do that, I'm going to go get a drink, and you should all feel free. I'll be back in very shortly, and we will pick up. We don't even need to call this a break, quote unquote. So definitely feel free to talk about what y'all have been doing in the meantime.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
All right.
This is our time to talk behind his back, right?
Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
You can't put your headset back on, Steven. What the fuck?
My wife is reminding me that chat wants to see my cat.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
So guys, this is Jesper. He is a huge fuzzy fuzzball. He's sitting right back there. You want to pick him up?
Cat's cuter.
What?
Fine.
No. Not true.
He is.
Look, bring
Maybe
him over.
not.
Kind of
I
a
can't
big
really-
cat, man.
He is a huge cat.
Oh,
Look at that. Look at that face.
Aw.
It's a big.
All right,
cat.
cool. BRB.
All right.
I'm glad we got to see that.
I
I
think
know.
chat's
What would we have
excited.
done if we didn't get cat action?
I don't know. Well, shit.
So, what have you been doing the last month? I guess, talk a little bit about it. I apologize. I just want to apologize for, making some trouble that probably didn't need to happen.
Yeah,
but,
man. What's up with that?
Whatever. Just get the job done. I promised Kettle the supplies, and I had to go to Shantytown to steal them. And, instead of City in the City, it's a dangerous place. I don't think we want to go there. Bubba knows.
I know. I
Yeah.
also wanted to. So this idea of dirty mags. We'll confirm this with Steven, but I wanted the big reveal when someone actually eventually looked at the dirty mags that I have, to be just the outside cover is like the cover of a dirty mag, and the back is as well, but the inside is just picture of farm animals
Oh my goodness.
from like current day. They're just farm animals like cows and like pigs and like some different chickens and roosters and things like that's what's
I
inside.
freaking love it.
That's
it.
where
That's
Bubba goes
amazing.
to at night. Is to
Oh
like
my god.
to be one with himself is looking
Farm
at pictures of
animals.
farm animals. Yeah, that's what's inside. He masked it by saying that they're dirty mags.
I don't know how I feel about this now. I wonder, have like none of us has figured this out yet, though, right?
Well, I showed them. I was one night I was bored, perhaps lonely, and I showed him to Evan, very quietly, and I told him to keep it to himself.
What'd you think about
Hey.
that, Evan?
Yeah, I'm
To
wondering
each
like
their
what
own.
Psyche was.
To each,
All right.
to each their own. I'll tell you what. I've seen the infected do things that will is not of this earth, and so whatever. He's not hurting anyone. Bubba's an innocent man, so that's his
I like
poison.
that look on it. I like that look on it.
I also
I got plenty of vices.
I tried my hardest to reassure Wheat that I do not fuck these animals. I do not have dreams of wanting to have sex with these. It simply takes me back, is what it does.
No, of course.
I just want to
I
make.
can't
sure
argue. I can't argue.
I requested the cat be brought to me, and I was told no. So those asking for the cat, maybe I'll bring him over after a break.
Yeah. I feel like we really need a show that's all about sharing our pets.
The hottest and latest Twitch TV show.
Yeah,
Share
yeah.
your pets. Brought to you
Comparing
by
is
JP
sharing.
McDaniel.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So I missed quite a bit of what was being drawn here. It looks like an apple.
It does look like an apple.
God, you guys with my drawings.
I mean, it
just
looks
wanna
like an
know.
apple, and then to
It
the
looks
left
like an apple. Like what?
looks
I'm
like a
guessing
pretty
that's a
big
town, though.
phallic symbol with two smaller circle objects next to it. That's all I'm saying, Stephen.
Well,
God, you
If
guys
that's
and
a
your
phallic
phallic
symbol,
symbols.
very interesting stuff going on down there.
All right,
But-
surely there's a way to actually like do text here. Okay, so here we go. The junkyard. Come on, do it. Yes. and
Junkyard in red.
Right now, I'm seeing the
This
text.
is paradise. Here's Shantytown. It's kind of ruined.
Global map.
This is the canyon, where the canyon rats are. This is the city in the city.
Oh, didn't Maggie did you level last session? Did anyone level? I know.
I don't
No.
think so.
I think
Let's
anyone
see.
leveled.
I've got
I'm at 4 bubbles.
4 XP for Bubba,
I'm at 4 as well. Yeah.
4 XP for Evan, and 2 XP for Emberly.
Yeah,
Ah.
I got two.
That reminds me. Let's go ahead and do you guys want to change your highlighted stats?
No, I'm okay with mine. Hot and sharp.
I'm okay with mine.
I mean, I'll
Really?
stick with mine, but one of them is like a stat I don't really use
Yep.
because Mr. Wheat. Actually, right after the first episode, I was like, "Wheat, you fucked me over."
That's
he-
okay. I
he
fucked
highlights my
Bubba over by
stat,
giving
and I
him
don't-
hot.
You think so, but now I'm gonna encapsulate that into the character.
But it's
But I
it's
think it's
so
kind of
hilarious.
cool. So I think that it's fine that it is that way because, like you were saying afterwards, like that forced me to use that stat, even though I don't use it. So I think it'll be cool.
All right. I think I'm really starting to see a pretty solid picture here.
Also, one last thing, if you will allow this, what I've done in this month as well is preach the good word of Lord Junior.
Of what?
Oh yeah, Lord Junior. You don't remember Lord
Of
Junior?
Lord Junior,
The
the
car call?
gods of the god of Talladega, Lord Junior,
All right.
within
All
the
right.
town. So if I have any acolytes or any people wanting to join,
If I fucking hear one more word about Lord
yeah,
Junior,
I've tried to
it's like,
get
Lord Junior this, Lord Junior that.
yeah.
You know what, Bubba? Why don't you roll plus hot?
Okay.
And we'll see how many acolytes you have of Lord Junior.
2d6 minus 1, 10.
Oh
Crushed
my
it.
god.
Nice roll, dude.
All right.
Crushed
He really wants these acolytes.
Yeah, absolutely. You found 2 people who are totally into Lord Junior.